What did we sound like before we had words? Imagine a world with absolutely no language. None at all. A world where the only way to warn your friend about a charging mammoth was a frantic grunt, a sharp gasp, or a wild, desperate hand gesture in the air. For millions of years, early humans lived in this strange, heavy silence, communicating only through raw animal sounds, echoes of the wild, and physical motions. But then, something incredible happened. A single sound changed everything, sparking a revolution in the darkness. How did our ancestors transition from basic animal noises to the complex, beautiful languages we speak today? The truth is, the very first human language didn't sound like English, Urdu, Arabic, or any modern tongue. It sounded like music, natural rhythm, and pure, unfiltered emotion echoing through the ancient trees. To truly understand the origin of human speech, we have to look deep inside our own bodies and our physical history. Millions of years ago, early hominids couldn't speak even if they desperately wanted to. Their vocal tracts were simply not shaped for it. Their throats were high, their tongues moved differently, and they lacked the fine motor control over their breath. But as evolution pushed us to walk upright on 2 feet, a chain reaction began. Our chests expanded to support our weight, our brains grew larger and more complex, and our throats physically dropped, shifting lower over thousands of generations. Suddenly, our ancestors had the perfect physical hardware to make complex, varied sounds. But what about the software? What did they actually say when they opened their mouths to test this new power? Scholars strongly believe the first human words were actually direct imitations of nature. If a bird made a whistling sound in the canopy, humans copied it to point out the bird to the tribe. If a dangerous predator roared in the bushes, humans mimicked that exact roar to signal danger and freeze in place. Every early sound was a direct mirror, a perfect echo of the wild, untamed world around them. But language wasn't just about survival and hunting, it was deeply social, a way to connect hearts. Before words existed, humans connected through rhythmic grooming, much like modern chimpanzees do today, spending hours cleaning each other's fur to show trust. But as human tribes grew larger and communities expanded, grooming everyone by hand became physically impossible. There were too many members and too little time. That is the exact moment when vocal grooming took over from physical touch. Humans began using rhythmic chanting, humming, and melodic tones to bond with each other from a distance while working or gathering food. The first language was likely a form of primitive singing, a chorus around the fire. These musical hums carried specific meanings and deep vibrations, conveying happiness, anger, fear, or love without a single structured word. It was an emotional language that everyone in the tribe could instantly feel, resonate with, and understand without any confusion. As thousands of years slowly passed, these emotional hums and natural imitations started to lock into place, turning into permanent symbols. A specific, repetitive grunt combined with a pointing finger came to mean water or river. A sharp, high-pitched click of the tongue meant run now. These short, punchy sounds became the very first solid building blocks of human vocabulary. They were universal tools, shared across small, tight-knit groups who relied on absolute clarity to stay alive in a brutal, unforgiving world. There was no complex grammar, no tenses, no past or future, just pure, direct meaning blasted out in short bursts of sound. Eventually, the human brain reached a massive tipping point, an evolutionary threshold. We didn't just want to label things around us anymore, we wanted to tell stories. We wanted to explain what had happened yesterday during the hunt, and what we planned to do tomorrow when the sun rose. Our ancestors began stitching those isolated grunts, clicks, and hums together, creating the very first primitive sentences. This structural leap sparked a massive cognitive explosion, forever separating us from the rest of the animal kingdom. We became the only creatures on Earth capable of sharing the invisible, abstract thoughts inside our minds, turning concepts into sounds. Today, every single language on Earth, from the grandest poetry to everyday casual chatter, carries the ancient DNA of those original survival noises. When you laugh out loud, gasp in sudden surprise, or groan in physical pain, you are speaking the exact language of the very first humans. We never truly lost our original voice. We just built a beautiful, complex world of words right on top of it.